Alright, Pumpkin Everything is back in stores now. I'm keeping my eye out for that box of pumpkin spice mac and cheese. So I think it's alright to watch some seasonal movies for the Halloween season. What have we got here? Dark Night of the Scarecrow? He'd better be filled with delicious candy corn. Oh, this one takes me back. One of those great moments of renting something from the video store based solely on the box cover and title. I see a movie that looks like this and I'm like, I don't care what time of the year it is, I'm renting that. Sometimes renting something blind like that would turn out to be a mistake. I'm looking at you, Nail Gun Massacre! And then other times you find a complete gem like Dark Night of the Scarecrow that sticks with you for decades. What a cast this has, too. Charles Durning, Lane Smith, Robert Lyons, and the great Larry Drake of Darkman and L.A. Law, here playing Bubba, a mentally challenged man who is executed by a vigilante mob after he's accused of attacking a young girl, but then Bubba comes back as a scarecrow and seeks revenge. It's practically a superhero origin. The cinematographer Vincent Martinelli also shot Captain America 2 and episodes of The Amazing Spider-Man and The Incredible Hulk. Move over, Cillian Murphy of Scarecrow of the Dark Knight. Larry Drake is my Scarecrow. The film was written by J.D. Feigelson and was written to be a theatrical feature, but was picked up by CBS as a TV movie, though it would go on to be one of the best TV movies of the 80s. This aired during the Halloween season on October 24th, 1981. What are we watching tonight, family? This or the Love Boat or the Nashville Palace? That doesn't look like there will be enough scarecrows in this palace. We're going with this film. Directed by Frank De Filetta, author of Audrey Rose, and he has other TV credits to his name, like Stately Ghosts of England from 1965, Killer in the Mirror from 1986, and Doberman Patrol? What do you do when you're locked in a department store surrounded by ferocious Dobermans? I'd love to find out. No time for that, though. Time to finally spotlight a scarecrow so sinister he could have single-handedly kept away the children of the corn. Alright, where do we go for some Scarecrow action? To Tubi TV! Sorry, other Scarecrow movies and the children. We're starting with what would today be a jagged edge horror version of Wizard of Oz. And I don't much trust the look of that tiny windmill either. Oh wait, I know this. This is where one is gonna touch a meteor and become a moss monster from Creepshow. If you ask me, this town needs a better babysitter than Bubba here. It's like watching Frankenstein if the monster was played by Ernest P. Worrell. And of course, the man's name is Bubba. What else would it be? I like that he seems just as sinister as he did in Dr. Giggles. Beautiful.
Now I have to give you a kiss.
Oh, wait, I'm not getting in trouble again. No one told Bubba that you gotta wear the 3D glasses on your eyes and not on your hat. At least someone else is watching. No matter what happens in the rest, he is right to look suspicious. I ran Lenny Small out of this town, and I'll do the same to you too, mister. After I put your new subscription to Mad Magazine in your mailbox, Charles Durning plays Otis in a role that was originally supposed to be Strother Martin until Martin passed away in 1980, while Lane Smith is getting some peace and quiet on the farm after stuffing Pauly Shore in the wood chipper. These two want to keep Bubba away from that girl. They have the fire of Vigilante in their eyes.
He's an idiot. He can't remember. You ought to know that by now. What'll we do then? Nothing.
But we're on a TV budget here, so we'll just cross our fingers and hope that Bubba minds his manners. Bubba hasn't even done anything. They just want him gone because Otis says he's dangerous. Look, Otis, we have some worries about you too. You're always dressed like if the Village People were a small-town jug band. Oh, and what's going on now? What the hell are you two looking at? Do I even want to know? Oh, thank God, it's just a garden.
Come on.
No,
Why?
Bubba can't go in yard.
Not since I marked my territory and buried my bucket of fried chicken bones. Given Drake was on LA Law and Tony Crow was on Knots Landing, I wasn't expecting the crossover of the two series to be this, with Bubba looking like he wants her to pull gold out of the gnome's ass. This will go fine, I'm sure. What the hell, am I already watching Doberman Patrol? Oh, thank God it's not the Doberman Patrol. What kind of backyard is this? Oh, yes, just as I planned for stealing my magic carrots. Seriously, I think the gnomes have something to do with this. Easy fix, just wait until the gnomes age out and turn into trees. Also, I'm just saying that maybe Bubba should have called an ambulance.
Bubba didn't do it.
She doesn't believe that Bubba didn't do it. Now strap him in the chair! They're treating it like it's good news. Sweet, Bubba mauled Mary Lee like a mad dog. Let me just get my Postal Service issue revolver, and we're gonna turn that man into a scarecrow. What, Otis? Look, I gotta think of something. No one wants to join our vigilante mob since Michael Myers took out half of us. Let's go to every mill in the area. Surely there'll be someone who's up for a hanging. Look at this guy. He doesn't even ask any questions. He just knows he's 100% in. Look, Bubba, I'm just saying, if you didn't dress like Edgar from Men in Black already had suspicious alien skin, maybe the town wouldn't assume you mauled the little girl. We're excited for a fresh kill. Hopefully he puts up more of a fight than that Blackenstein. The meat doesn't taste as good when it just stands there. Bubba's got a good chance of getting away. His biggest defense is the heart disease amongst the mob. Just explain everything to your mama, boy. And stop tripping on air, then Mama might believe you.
I told her not to. Bubba told her not to.
Not to what?
Ooh, Mama Marlon Brando's sister also questions Bubba's innocence. Alright, settle down, son. Say, Bubba, have you ever tried wearing a suit? I don't know this for a fact, but as influential as the movie became, something tells me this relationship here totally inspired the Mama and Junior roles from Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. God damn it, boys, how's he hard to find? We found 20 Boggy Creek monsters before we just decided to go to Bubba's house. Whatever you do, stay inside.
Come on, Bubba. We know where you are. Maybe he ain't here, Mr. Hazelrig.
Oh, no, he's in there, all right. Now, what'd I tell you, boys? You don't show up auditioning for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on my property. Let us in. I had my Mr. Freely costume specifically made for this occasion. Son of a bitch, we weren't counting on a locked door. Are you gonna catch Bubba or not? I hear he tastes just like shrimp. But of course, Bubba doesn't stay indoors. That being said, his plan wasn't bad. He's hiding out dressed as a scarecrow. Sure, they spotted him in just under a minute, but solid effort for the hiding spot. Ooh, play it cool. Fellas, I think I just found the Phantom Killer from the town that dreaded sundown. Spread out, men. Let's give this scarecrow the Scooby-Doo reveal he'll never forget.
Bubba didn't do it.
And the best part is, his body can still stay there and make for a very serviceable scarecrow. And talk about bad timing with this call.
Hadn't you heard? Little girl's all right. It's all a mistake. Hank Renfro's dog jumped her.
Well, we gotta believe him. That's the voice of the screenwriter on the other end. We need to come up with a plan. Bubba's an idiot, so we can figure out a way to make it look like he did this to himself. Or why the hell not? Let's honor his final wish and keep him as a scarecrow. Give it a few days and that smell will make sure no one trespasses on these fields. Let's take a commercial break. Why? It's a TV movie. This is where it cuts to black for a commercial break of its own.
We now return to Dark Night of the Scarecrow, starring Charles Durning.
We're back, and there's a first for everything in this town. They actually arrested the violent mob and put them on trial. What do you mean they found out the Scarecrow was actually a dead man? The posse is so used to not getting in trouble, Otis just showed up in his postal outfit. Guess he still got to keep his job. Hell, are they all dressed the same? Was this hearing on the same day as the murder? Well, we gotta let him go. It is the 80s. How's this town gonna survive without vigilante justice?
I'll tell you the truth. After listening to the arguments, I don't think you have a case against him.
Yes, found not guilty after the defense's famous line, "If the Scarecrow don't knit, you must acquit." Mama may be sad for the moment, but this is Larry Drake we're talking about. I saw him blow up in Darkman and then return as Durant in the sequel. He's gonna come back. The DA is clearly the only one who cares about justice here.
Oh, well, I was just noticing the time. It's Tuesday, and Mrs. Bunch will be having fried chicken over at the boarding house where I live.
Is it 2 for 2 legs and thighs Tuesday? They haven't been this happy since they burnt Leatherface's house down on their way to toss radioactive buckets in Shrek's swamp. There could be some resurrection going on outside, could be some kind of curse, or this town always has trash blowing through it at night. Why is the wind even creeping up on the children? Bubba didn't do it! Bubba, I have a pet dog. I don't need you anymore. A cool thing about the film is also the atmosphere. They really were shooting at night as it was filmed in Ventura County, California, but the writer did record a lot of sounds from Texas, such as cicadas, to stick in the film. Also, that mob really did jump the gun, considering Mary Lee looks fine after being attacked by a dog. Now come with me, sweetie. I'll get you a new home with a new mommy. I was Mrs. Bennett in Mommy Dearest. She'll calm her down.
Bubba's gone.
Well, when is he coming back?
He's not.
Never?
Don't worry, dear. We'll go to the store and get you a new Bubba. Rory from Square Dance is now half off. And it's important that Mary Lee is also creepy about her grief.
Red and yellow, green and blue, growing in my garden.
Okay, now I know why Tubi also recommended The Children. The town seems pretty much back to normal. We're harvesting all the dust so we can sprinkle it over Main Street. Otis is making sure the governor's dirty magazines are up to quality, and that ain't how you spell governor. I'm not sure what causes Bubba to come back to life, but when Harless's wife says it's the Halloween season, that's all I needed to know. It'd be a lame-ass Halloween if scarecrows didn't come to life. See, look, there he is. Oof, there are some pretty creepy shots in this. Only one place to talk about this development. The diner, of course, where they're all pointing the finger at each other. This is like I spit on your grave if someone correctly came in with a note that said, "What if Jennifer was a scarecrow?" So where do we go, boys? The police? No, to the postman, of course. Oh, you caught me at a weird time, fellas. I wasn't freshening my breath with flea and tick spray. Already they're like, we're definitely being stalked by a living dead scarecrow.
He didn't walk out there by itself. Somebody put it there.
Of course.
Who?
Who do you think?
He who walks behind the rose. Otis's theory is that it's the district attorney who is taunting them. Yeah, this looks like a guy who spends his time messing with local farmers. Why do your peaches always taste like straw? The movie keeps it unpredictable too, kinda like how I Spit on Your Grave had villains who you'd think would make it to the last act, but were killed early like Johnny. Here the first person Bubba sets his sights on is Harless. Makes sense. Harless is drunk enough to not realize he is for sure gonna fall in that wood chipper. It's for the best he bumps off Coach Riley, then the Ducks will surely make it to victory. Oof, dang, that looks mighty painful. Better stay away from that. I like that it's questionable whether Bubba had anything to do with this and it wasn't just Harless being clumsy on his own. Beautiful cut. I could go for some wood chipper fries after watching that. What the hell? Why is he hogging all the plates of ketchup? You know I gotta start every morning with at least 50 eggs and 50 pieces of bacon. Ooh, he's on the Mitchell diet. There are some sequences that feel like borderline parody, and this is one. Though I love this reaction.
Parker ground himself up in his brush machine last night.
Christ, I'm so sickened I can only eat 25 eggs. Usually when I watch a movie like this and there's a scene where someone's like, it was probably an accident, when clearly it wasn't. Here, without context of what's going on, you'd think, yeah, Harless looks like he'd be drunk enough to fall into that machine. Otis even mentions that they found a bottle of booze behind. Also, given the time of night that it is, I'm assuming he wears his postal uniform throughout the whole movie because he actually lives in this place. He even wears it to go inspect the machine. It was nice of Widow Harless to keep this baby around. This thing ain't cheap. You'd be foolish to get rid of it, even though it's full of the man's chopped organs. But anyways, as he stops by the Ingalls home to see if Charles can help, oh crap, stuck with little Laura again. Kidding, he's there delivering the mail, of course.
What do you want?
Package for you.
Are you gonna sign for this season 1 Blu-ray of the Waltons or not? They're fishing each other for clues.
What you sow, so shall you reap.
An eye for an eye.
Hand for a hand.
A life for a life.
Ah, crap, I'm stuck. I'm running out of Chuck Norris movies to quote. How does she get him to go? That old fail-safe in having an argument, then she calls him a child molester. Yeah, she okay groomered his ass. And he's guilty as hell of it, which makes the movie even better. Not only does the creepy-ass Scarecrow keep showing up in these beautiful shots, like Terrence Malick directed a TV horror movie, but Bubba's a freaking hero stalking sexual predators. Look at this. Otis is creeping in the windows of the Halloween party, where it's getting downright scary.
Here I come, ready or not!
Oh my god, this is way scarier than if Michael Myers himself showed up. The movie incorporates classic themes, still relevant today, where he was all obsessed with getting Bubba out of the picture in a case of projecting and thou doth protest too much. I love that you can have a scene like this, and it could be written the same way as a horror movie or a very special episode of Different Strokes. And where are the chaperones?
Haley! Haley!
The party's up front.
Or you could ask him to leave. Let's take another break. I'm terrified that he's gonna do something to those drinks. Thanks so much to our contributors for this surprising poll. I would have guessed Medea Halloween 2 would be the shoe-in, but it does warm my heart to see there's a lot of love for Dark Night of the Scarecrow out there. I guess it was still too early in the season for Hellfest, where at one point it was polling at -2. That's new. Contribute to us today at patreon.com/the Cinema We're back. Otis, we knew you'd find you here at this Halloween shindig for kids. The hell you mean by that? We'll deal with that later, Otis. First the Scarecrow was here, then it wasn't. Otis isn't too scared, he's the main villain. The others will get a pitchfork in their ass way before him. Seriously, it's a movie that advertises horror from the Scarecrow, but is really making me afraid of the mailman.
I warned you.
You know, I deserve this for not seeing you behind the chair. I'm sure she'll play it cool.
Okay?
Stop it!
Just serve him bacon and eggs and he'll go away. I love this part where Charles Durning is so freaking creepy that his presence alone gave the woman a heart attack and she died. He's not even a smart criminal. He could have just left. No one would point the finger at him for her having a heart attack, especially since he already got away with killing Bubba, but he still rigs it to where her house blows up. That's not at all suspicious. It's okay, they got their best investigators working on the case.
Seen this kind of thing before. These old folks, they let their equipment run down, the hoses, dry rot.
Case closed! Barney Fife says there's nothing to see here. They still continue their routines as normal, like Otis's daily routine of asking this poor family, "What up, son?" And Bubba knows for sure that while these boys may be suspecting something, they're still gonna go out and investigate. God dang it, quit making noise. I hate it when my wife's family comes to town. He does one smart thing, like when he sees this. Good for this dude. He's like, nope, nope, and he gets the hell out of there. He's still figured out a way to get himself killed. Good, I'll just hide in this jigsaw trap. Bubba don't know how to work these killing machines, or does he? It's still entirely believable that poor Philby just did that to himself on accident. Now it looks like it's just these two. Well, what do you say we move to a town on the other side of the country? No way the Scarecrow can walk that fast. The movie is smart at not straight up showing Bubba attacking them yet, so the viewer also doesn't know if they're just being paranoid. Only one way to find out. They'll have to dig up that son of a bitch after Bubba's will specifically said that he just wanted to be stuck in the meat freezer in the garage. The acting here is just excellent. These guys are driving it home hard how batshit crazy Bubba is making them. There's points where I don't know if they're just gonna end up killing each other. And that's what happens when Otis doesn't trust that Skeeter, because of course that's his name, isn't gonna run his mouth off. He just kills them himself. Why do they say that Bubba is dumb? He's got one of the best revenge plots I've seen. It also makes for an interesting double feature with another Charles Durning movie, where in this, his Vigilante character is a villain, and then in 1985's Standalone, his Vigilante character was the hero. It's an intense final act where you know something is gonna pop up around the corner. No, I ain't falling for this trick again. Come on out, Chris Hansen. I know you're around here somewhere. I know he has to die, but think of the town. He's the only mailman in the area. No one can run the post office now. This movie is great and a fantastic pick for the Halloween season. The villains are appropriately sleazy and give great performances. The atmosphere is haunting, and the nighttime shooting is particularly creepy, like when Otis attacks Mary Lee, and then this happens. Yeah, do it. Maximum overdrive his ass. Even with this, you're still like, is Bubba doing this? Or does every piece of machinery in the town need to be recalled at once? Okay, forget that Otis is a monster. He deserves to die for picking the dumbest way to run from farm equipment. Run to the side, you fool! No, we gotta wrap this movie up fast. In fact, we can't get too graphic showing him chopped to bits, so just have Bubba stab his ass. Part of me wishes that it left it ambiguous, like if Otis just happened to run into an ordinary Scarecrow, but when they outright show that the Scarecrow is alive, it's a good shot, so I do like the ending.
Thank you, Bubba. You know what? Tomorrow, I think I'll teach you a new game.
Well, still better than hanging out with Otis. And there we have Dark Night of the Scarecrow, still awesome to this day, and has such a devoted fan base from fans of underrated TV horror that the writer returned to direct a 2022 sequel, Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2. No need for me to watch that. I've already learned my lesson. Never get drunk and hang out by heavy machinery again, regardless if it's the Halloween season.
Nobody's gonna hurt you. Mama's not gonna let them. Damn them.